So as soon as this tournament ends, I am going to collapse on my lovely bed behind me. I'm going to snuggle up with my probe.
You're not even gonna move any of the you're not even gonna move the slippers
my
or
links.
anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the slippers on, mate. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna pass out. That's what I'm and wake up, and we're gonna do it all over again.
You're gonna be asleep for the entirety of Monday after
I
after
can't,
the Latin America.
Mate, I can't wait for Monday. Monday, that's what I live for right now. That is keeping me going because that's the light at the end of the tunnel, mate. For those wondering, Monday is our day off. Monday is the first day in like 2 weeks that we don't have to cast, and it's like I could see it. It's so close. And I'm just, you know what's gonna happen? You know what the sad part is? I'm gonna spend Monday editing all the goddamn VODs of all the DreamHack qualifiers that we've been casting. That's the sad truth. Feels bad,
it's
man. Great. You're like, I'm not.
I'm gonna be in class getting yelled at for having a bad graphic design poster. As we continue our qualifying matches, kicking this one off on Jagannatha LE. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We have our pink Protoss player coming out from the land of Hong Kong. He is getting 12 pooled. He is Bistork.
I love it. My gasp is always the cue to my co-casters. So like, look at the production tab. But spotting in the top right-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Taiwanese Zerg player. He is blue. He is here doing it for the land of Taiwan, especially with that 12 pool. He's currently teamless. He is MysteryMan.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, and before we get too ahead of ourselves here, thank you so much, Chileno Singaporean, for subscribing 6 months. Gracias,
Ooh. Muchas gracias and terima kasih.
Yeah, un momento, por favor. Oh my god. Mate, it's not just a 12 pool.
La próxima.
Yeah, boy. Here we go. What is the response? Ooh, interesting. Not opting to go for the Forge, instead trying to wall off with his Cybercore.
Very, very high risk. Very high reward-ish, question mark. I mean, he does leave it exposed quite a bit, but if he's able to keep it alive, then there will be plenty of opportunity. He can get the Adepts out. He may even go for Stalkers if he just wants a little bit more range, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you know what this is? This means that Bistork has not seen Pez's guide to holding a 12 full, because, oh my god, all those things are stuck! Oh my god!
Almost using SimCity against him. Bistork, I mean, but the cancel on the hatch will allow for plenty of surface area.
Mate,
not entirely convinced Bistork can hold it anymore. Yeah, the Adepts are starting to pop out, but the damage has already been done.
Exactly. It has. The wall is no longer a wall. The Lings, they do get into the main base. They don't have speed or anything crazy like that, but again, they do threaten the lives of all these probes.
Especially since it is only a single Adept to stem the tide.
That he does. Meanwhile, so far these Adepts have done a good job at just keeping these things in check. Oh my god, no, Bistork, no, they're all following the worker. They're all watching the one guy. Please get back to work.
Thank you. Get back to work at about the worst time as well, just as more Lings come in to threaten their lives. But he has held. He's not too far behind. You gotta say, and he even has a lot of Adepts on his hands right now. There is plenty of potential for counterattack.
Exactly. Something very important to note is that MysteryMan, his gases were late. His link speed is late because of this 12 full. So what does he have to defend? Slow Lings and 2 Queens. So these Adepts, they can do a lot of damage, or at least forcing a lot of lost mining time.
Mining time that actually hasn't been taken yet, as A lot of the drones are still in that main base.
Exactly,
MysteryMan
right?
definitely not mining particularly efficiently, and this is only useful for Bistork.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing, right? MysteryMan, he can't main-art the drones over because of the adepts. They have to stay into the main.
Yeah, the Shades continue to provide a lot of a threat here on the mineral lines. Doesn't quite commit, and he will make it out of the natural base of every adept still alive.
There we go. Now we juice to the main art. Finally, those adepts have been pushed away, but they didn't go down. They will always remain a threat out on the map. Speaking of, Bistork throwing down 3 more gateways.
We'll see if he decides to commit more into the adepts from here, or if this is just a way for him to stay alive as he gets the third base. He's not going to get a third base, is he?
Oh, God, no, mate.
I'm just saying, I don't see a Twilight Council.
Exactly. That is why this is going to hit so quickly. This is without a Twilight Council, no blink, no charge. Warfrism just goes across the map, and they are vanilla gateway units. And you know what? They're still pretty goddamn good.
They really are.
Even
Especially
more.
Stalkers, so long as he's able to outrange the Lings. It's going to be a little bit tough, but choke points, man. There are plenty of them on Jaganatha.
There are, mate. There are. And now the War Prism is about to finish up. We have 6 gateways in total here for Bistork. He's going to be sending everything across the map. What's important? MysteryMan, he sees the army.
That he does. He sees that Bistork is starting to push out. He's just getting all of his defenses ready. Spine crawlers are being thrown down. Spore crawlers are getting in position just in case there's some DTs.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, there are no DTs, so they're not really doing too much here. They will force the War Prism, or at least zone it out to begin with. There is a spine on the way because, again, MysteryMan, he needs whatever he can to defend. He only has Lings and Queens. Oh.
He doesn't quite have enough. That was a kill on that spine crawler. Not a cancel. The Stalkers are trying to kite as best they can. Lings are getting a pretty good surround, but the War Prism is in position to start juggling. Too many Lings to deal with, though. And Bistork has to back away and find another angle of attack.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, mate, those traitor adepts, I don't know if you noticed, but as soon as the Lings showed up, the adepts, they completed their shade into the natural. And as soon as that happened, there was no buffer for the Stalkers anymore. It was like, oh my god, where did you go? And now, yo, the Lings, they get a massive surround on this army.
Bistork dipping his toes too deep into creep. Trades as inefficiently as really possible from this scenario.
Exactly. And MysteryMan, he has defended. He can now freely drone up. There we go. That's exactly what he does. Lair is on the way as well. Sure, the War Prism is still alive and it still poses some kind of threat, but for the most part, MysteryMan, he has dealt with the aggression.
It is definitely safe to drone up from here on out, especially since Bistork has absolutely no intention of getting a third base ever in this game. Just Twilight Council, because why not?
Exactly, he doubles down, throws out a Twilight Council so we can finally get some upgrades going. He does start his Immortal production, second one on the way to help deal with the Roaches and the Ravagers. But the problem is that, again, he lost so much in that first wave. Imagine if he had all of those units for that second wave, right, to help protect those Immortals. Like, his army really leaves much to be desired.
Much more than Immortals, yeah. Immortals are not going to satiate that desire.
Exactly.
But they help.
But you know what would satiate that desire?
DTs.
I was gonna say a little dildo. We're not sponsored though. If we were, it'd be a great segue. God damn it. Oh god. But yes, you are right. Like, again, we're still stuck on 2 bases. Finally, Bistork, he is thinking about the future. He wants to get another base. He's banking so many minerals. Why is he banking so many minerals? Mate, swap it away to charge lots. There we go. Warp him in. He's a little bit supply locked, but
complete now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does interfere slightly. Could try to get a 4th base if he so desired, but yeah, focusing a lot more on his army for the time being. There is an opportunity for Bistork to win an engagement despite the army supply advantage MysteryMan has. It's all about the micro and the warp prisms.
Yeah,
But it's still gonna be a tough ask.
Like, it's such a shame. Like, Bistork, finally, he throws down 2 more pylons. He needed them earlier. Like, once again, he was kind of maxed out. Here we go, he's pushing forward. The Immortals are so isolated. Oh my god.
They are, but the warp prism is in range. Nothing to really threaten them. Ooh. The Biles do land, but it's only 2 of them. One of the Immortals does get taken out, and that is too much for Bistork to handle. GG. MysteryMan takes that map, giving him a neat little advantage here in our second qualifier.
GG, getting that W off of that 12 pool opening, and Bistork trying to be cheeky with his counterattack, but yeah, it just wasn't. Yeah, just didn't hit fast enough. I feel like by the time he hit, like there was plenty to defend.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like that as a response after getting 12 pulled, you know, when like everything being delayed as a result.
Yeah. Guess the lesson to be learned here is to watch Pez's How to Hold 12 Pool guide.
There you go, man. Forge, mate. Forge, cannon, mate, you good. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
a little bit too far ahead. Was.
just a little bit, just a little bit. Meanwhile, looks like MysteryMan is asking for un momento, por favor. So we'll give it to him.
Uno más.
Uno más. Uno más.
Ein second.
Oh god, man, we need to get you into one of those Latin American casts, man. That's I want to listen to what would happen if you casted with Dark King. That's like...
Pele.
Pele. Oh god.
That's what happened.
Oh god.
What do you think is Dark King actually watches soccer?
He does, apparently. Oh god. Alright, here we go. We are diving in, and honestly, a bit of a surprising start, if I'm honest. Hey, MysteryMan's up 1-0. Damn.
Yeah. It's all about the portraits right now.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Repping them Vanyas, mate. That's always going to be a thing, by the way.
Yeah. Favorite user.
He's the best, mate. He's the best.
He is indeed. And speaking of the best, we are continuing our series here on Oxide LE. We're in the top right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top right-hand corner. We have the best Protoss player to come out of Hong Kong. He is going to be representing himself. Since currently teamless, but also representing Zest a little bit here. He is Bistork.
Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Taiwanese Zerg player made. This man, he is up 1-0 in this best of 5 series. Bihu is what he says, mate, because more than his opponents, he himself is a MysteryMan. Damn.
Hot damn.
Oh. And and this time going for a hatch first.
Yeah, seems fairly early as well, so just trying to catch a probe out. Then again, there's no reason to get in that location unless you were try to bait your opponent.
Exactly. Bistork, he's going to check the third base locations because he actually doesn't know whether there's a base there or not, and he will confirm.
Wait, so did Bistork actually block the natural?
He didn't. That's how big brain MysteryMan is, mate. Look at that. Bistork showed up and he's like, aha, I've come to steal your car. Oh, it's already stolen. What happened? Where's the car, mate? Where did it go?
Dude, where's my car?
Yeah, he's like, mate, I stole it myself. What are you on about?
For insurance purposes.
Oh my god. So yeah, Bistork was a little bit perplexed there in the beginning, but it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, I gotta appreciate the idea that MysteryMan had, trying to just bamboozle Bistork into a reaction. But Bistork, he double checks, he stays safe. He knows he can get away with his Stargate opening.
Oh yeah. Bistork, he checks his list. He checks it twice because he's a stork. And that's what they do.
Wait. Not sure about my lord. That was a kill on the pylon. Not quite a cancel. He's gonna lay quite a number of units coming out from Bistork.
I don't know if you've seen a Stork play StarCraft before, but it can be hard, you know, to cancel buildings on time like that.
Yeah, the beak is too long.
It's true. It's very true. There's not a lot of finesse to it, you know.
Yeah, a lot to maneuver around.
Can we make that happen, by the way?
Get a bird to play?
There's like challenges of like mouse only and stuff like that. Can we get like a beak only?
Oh,
like,
yeah, you keep like a
GM?
long chopstick in your mouth or a spatula.
Yeah.
Play with a spatula in your mouth.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there are people who play with like fighting sticks.
Feet.
You know, feet as well. Yeah, that's another one. DDR pad.
Little larva. You know what? Fear Dragon probably jury rigged something.
True. Well, he trumped it all, and he played StarCraft with his voice, mate. That's all he needed.
Yeah.
With his voice and his eyes, he looked at the game, and StarCraft was played. It was crazy.
That's like a caster's dream. I just get him to do what I tell him to do.
Yeah. That actually happened. True and real, mate.
Yeah.
God.
Pretty standard things coming out for both of our players. Bistork opting for his Void Ray once again. Interesting that he follows that up with a fairly quick Twilight Council, though. He wants to be a more gateway focused. He wants a more gateway focused army this time.
He does. I love this. For the very first time today, we see a Stargate opening from Bistork, and we don't see a commitment to Stargate play. Like, again, he didn't do this against Goga Joey, but he's doing it here against MysteryMan. Meanwhile, he did go for an Oracle first. He gets a couple of drones, but not too much. MysteryMan, his defenses were on point. He was ready with his spores. But as you said, mate, there is that transition.
Opting for the glaives. Alrighty then. So this should be too much of a commitment. Just 4 gates and open as many as you can at home and just try to keep the Protoss player back for the Zerg player, sorry, back for as long as possible while Bistork transitions to the next phase. What's it going to be though? Are we going to see Templar Archives? Are we going to see a Robo Facility?
Yeah, I would imagine we would see that's a good question, mate. I'm second guessing myself. But we'll see what it is, as Bistork is getting a third base behind this. But again, what's important is that MysteryMan, if we look at his vision, he has not gone in for a second scout. He does not know that it is going to be an adept follow-up, and mate, these adepts, they're going to go across the map and they are going to hit hard if MysteryMan is not ready.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a big if, though. There are plenty of units available for him. He just needs to have them in the correct position.
Oh, mate, the Lynxy, they get scouted, and mate, there's plenty of creep that the adepts have to go through.
There is no observer to clear that just yet. Bistork trying to be as annoying as possible. Will commit to the shade. These drones are looking very vulnerable, but the adepts are kind of trapped here as well.
Oh my god, the adepts, they shade into roaches and lings. They all get cleaned up, and just like that, this move that was meant to bamboozle his opponent, mate, Bistork has been bamboozled.
He bamboozled himself. He has been able to get a couple of these adepts out of there, though, but kind of a moot point, as MysteryMan is already hitting with every single one of his roaches, every single one of his queens.
Yeah, the problem is that MysteryMan thought it was going to be 2 Stargate Void Ray, double Stargate Void Ray, so he goes for a roach queen push, and it just happens to also like hit the adepts at the same time. So he defends and he counterattacks, and now this third base, it is under threat, mate.
Massive threat right now. Battery overcharge is keeping the sentry alive, I guess, which is something, but this one Void Ray is doing double duty, triple duty even, quadruple duty. Immortal gets surrounded and taken out. And there's really no answer to the queens.
There's just no answer to the Zerg, mate. Everything is going to go down here at the third base. The Void Ray falls as well. Now Bistork, he is stuck to 2 bases. What does he has? He has 1 Immortal, and that's it. He doesn't even have any shield batteries, mate.
Yeah, fortifying the wrong location. Unfortunately, Force Fields are going to help a little bit, but the Biles are going to be enough to break through. I like how conservative MysteryMan is being with the Biles as well. Doesn't want to overshoot and get trapped out unexpectedly.
Mate, calculated, mate.
Absolutely calculated. GG is called, and MysteryMan gets himself a match point. Very good response there against the Adepts. Well, I say response, but it was kind of inadvertent how he got the units he needed. But, I mean, positioning them, reacting when he saw the Adepts on creep, that was on point.
It was another thing where it happened twice in that series. In that game, where MysteryMan was just one step ahead of Bistork. He didn't necessarily know what was happening, but like he was already there. He just happened to be there by sheer coincidence. Like, oh my god, like we have Glaive Adepts rushing across the map. It's it's fine. Like I have an army because I was about to attack you anyway.
Yeah, he has mysterious sources. Let's say.
Exactly. And with that, now we're in a situation where I didn't think we were going to be, but mate, MysteryMan, he's up to work. He just needs one more.
Un momento is all he needs. And he already has the momentum.
Yeah, that's awful, mate. That's awful.
You can tell I'm fluent in Spanish.
Who am I? I'm classing with for sure's? Is that what's happening right now? Is that what? God. Ay. Yeah. Speaking of for sure's, exclamation mark Funada Dastan in the chat. Gah, ZvP. What do you want about Dastan? Dastan, I saw you were not in the DreamHack qualifiers. What the hell, man? ¿Qué pasó? I was hoping to see you there. Even if it was just for fun. Even if.
Yeah.
I miss me Dastan.
I mean. Would you have had the opportunity to cast this on though?
I would have made it, man. I would have made it happen. We would have been there. Meanwhile, looks like MysteryMan, he has returned from his small break. We are just attempting to set things up here. There we go. Beautiful.
Indeed we are. One of the weird things where if you're AFK for long enough, they just and you're in a party, they just don't allow you to join the lobby.
Oh, that was a little bit more complicated. We left the lobby, but because he was AFK, he was still in the old lobby, and then he had to like come back out, and it was it was weird. It's weird.
Yeah, it's
okay. We made it through it. And now, mate, we're diving into game 3.
That we are on. Finally, I think a map that Bistork probably is happy with, but we'll see. MysteryMan has a ton of momentum behind him. He is really exceeding a lot of people's expectations, I think. Bistork, he's got to be shaken at least a little bit.
Oh, yeah. But you know what, mate? The difference is that he was in this position before in his previous series, and he was able to bring it back, even if it was just a bit.
Indeed, he was. And let's see what he's able to get away with here on Romanticide LE. We're in the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning all the way in the top left-hand corner. We have the pink Protoss player coming down from the land of Hong Kong. He is going to be representing himself as well as Zest. We have Bistork.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Taiwanese Zerg player. This man is up 2-0 against his opponent. His opponent, by the way, who was the favorite, who was in the group stage of DreamHack last season. And that's insane. Now he's in the verge. He's on the verge of knocking him out of the tournament. Hailing from the land of Taiwan, it is MysteryMan.
Another bamboozling hatch.
He just accepted his fate, mate. He's like, I'm just taking my third out here, you know. And hey, if it forces you to overreact and think I'm pulling a fast one, then sure. And if it doesn't, well, hey, look, you were gonna block me anyway.
Yeah, there are some Zerg players who go for 3 hatch before pool, and they purposely delay the hatchery on their natural position just to force a reaction out of their opponents. MysteryMan is not one of them.
He's not.
He's yeah. He goes hatch, gas, pool. It's just he's had enough of doing the whole dance around the probe.
Yeah, exactly. He's had enough. You know, he's not here to play games. All right. Look, we all know that the probe is going to pylon block and deny the natural anyway. All right. So just give up on it. Just give it up.
Yeah, figure out another way to get a hatchery.
Exactly. Exactly. Meanwhile, so far everything is slowly getting underway, and I have to wonder how Bistork is going to play this out, because if you recall in game 1 and in game 2, like as opposed to the previous series, Bistork hasn't tried to straight up go Void Ray into double Stargate Void Ray into +1 air attack. Like he just hasn't done that this series at all.
Yeah. And a lot of it was not by his own choice, particularly that proxy hatch game, but when he did have the opportunity, he pulled a bit of an Oreo, and that might be mean to say, started overthinking a little bit, I feel. Instead of playing out his normal game, was trying to get one up on his opponent, and it didn't really work out for him.
And I understand why Bistork played the way he did in game 1 and game 2, because I'm sure in his mind he thinks he's the favorite. He's like, you know what, I don't have to whip out the Sky Toss. Like, I can win this without it, right? I'll be fine. I'll be fine. And then suddenly things aren't fine. Suddenly you're down 0-2 in a best of 5, and if you lose this series, you're out of DreamHack.
I have to come back months from now through another open qualifiers, because keep in mind, the players invited to the closed qualifiers are the ones who make it to the main event, but don't quite make it to the playoffs. Bistork, if he loses this one map, he has to contest with all of the players in that open qualifier once again.
Yeah, and you don't want to play in the open qualifier, mate. Like, it's a rough place to be. A lot of people, like Pez, like especially in the Oceanic region, Latin American region as well, it's like, mate, the open qualifier, it's harder than the closed one. Like, it's so brutal. It's so cutthroat. You don't have any breathing room. You just have to show up then and there and be in form. And this is why, there it is. This is why I brought it up. I was expecting it. Bistork, he is taking this seriously. He is going for Sky Toss.
Giving a bit of a sigh of relief here. See, we'll get some additional games, potentially, if Bistork is able to play this out correctly.
I mean, I will be very impressed if MysteryMan can take down Bistork's Sky Toss. Like, that would be a very true, like, feat for him as a player. So it's definitely possible for him to do so. It's just something that we haven't seen him go up against yet.
Yeah, he really has to channel his inner Go-Go Joey here, and I'm sure preparing for this as well, MysteryMan probably was not practicing too much ZvP. He was looking at the group and saw Bistork is literally the only Protoss player. Might as well focus on my ZvT and my ZvZ. Because what are the odds, right? But so far he has been able to really take it to Bistork.
Exactly. So far, so good. Meanwhile, we just have a couple of Adepts. They do end up shading in the face of these Queens, so the Adepts will go down. How many drones can they get? Oh my god, 0 drones. 1, I think.
Yeah. They were fighting the Queens for a little bit too long here. MysteryMan also confirms, by the way, that it is double Void Ray. It's not going to be any... So Bistork is definitely dedicating a little bit more resources into Sky Toss. Not going to be any switches into Twilight Councils or Robo Facilities anytime soon.
Definitely. Meanwhile, that creep highway is slowly being worked on. A Spire gets thrown down. Spire is in the main, nicely tucked behind the hatchery. So far it has not been scouted.
Very nicely done. And it looked for a second that MysteryMan was building up a creep highway, but this Spire does change the plans quite a bit.
I mean, we've seen Gergajoy push out with everything, right? Queens and Corruptors. Later on, it is a much later timing. Regardless, MysteryMan, he is still working on his Queen count. He needs to defend with his Queens first and then work up towards that Spire. But, oh, the Void Rays are here and they're looking to force a cancel.
They almost find a position. The Queens aren't quite there to take it to the Void Rays. They're looking very exposed. The Transfuses are out. And Bistork can force that cancel.
Yeah, exactly. No more energy left on these Queens. Only 3 Queens here. A 4th is about to join, but the Queens are falling. And oh my god, he's not going for the base. He's going for the Queens.
Ooh. He knows that MysteryMan wants to go across the map with all those queens, so he's just denying as much anti-air as possible before that happens. 11 Corruptors on the way, though. That's enough to start one-shotting these voids.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of Corruptors. Meanwhile, the Queens can still push away these Void Rays. They have to be careful not to overextend. But they've done a really good job at denying bases. MysteryMan forced to expand here towards the south instead.
And he does at a much later timing that he would prefer. Flux Veins on the way for Bistork, so he really wants to utilize these Void Rays to just deny bases.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be relying on these Void Rays to keep up and help protect those carriers. Speaking of, carrier production has commenced here, but MysteryMan, he's got a lot of queens. He has his Corruptors. He has an opportunity here to maybe try and fight and engage these Void Rays. As the Void Rays, they're honestly pretty light from earlier.
They really are.
Oh, here they come, here they come.
It take even less than one shot to take them out. The Corruptors do intercept the Void Rays before Flux Veins finishes up, forces a recall. Okay, only one Void Ray goes down, but yeah, that's a lot of hull damage to say the least.
Mate, look, there's 5 of these Void Rays they're on the brink of death. Like, they are so close to going down. And you know what? The Corruptors, they're looking for them. They just zoom across the map. They want to intercept these Void Rays.
They are men on a mission. Well,
oh my god.
As human as Corruptors can be. Even Caustic Spraying, the +2 flyer weapons. Prismatic Alignment will help a ton against the Corruptors, but there's just not enough of them.
Yeah.
Void Rays, I mean.
Exactly, just like that. 3 Void Rays do fall. The carriers, they are exposed. One of them gets taken down for free. Prismatic Alignment runs out. And MysteryMan, he backs off.
Yeah, he doesn't want to overcommit too hard here. He's already dealt the damage. He basically neutralized the Void Ray count. Bistork cannot make carriers right now because he just won't be able to protect them without Void Rays.
Exactly. Jesus Christ. Meanwhile, that carrier count is getting a little bit higher, but as you said, like, he did have to switch back into Void Rays. Otherwise, like, it wouldn't matter how many carriers you have, they would all just die. They'd be so vulnerable there. Meanwhile, more Corruptors are being pumped out here from MysteryMan. He has his 4th up, by the way, and he's working on his 5th and 6th.
Yeah, because he just has the map control to do so.
Oh boy, exactly.
Opening up more avenues of attack while he can.
Yeah, even looking for that Skytoss army. Unfortunately, this time the Skytoss is hovering above shield batteries, cannons, and an overcharge, so it's a little bit more difficult for MysteryMan to engage here, but that's not going to stop him. Oh.
Yep, almost gets the carrier, but there's just not quite enough Corruptors to one-shot them. A lot of hull damage being taken, though.
Oh yeah, deep in the orange is that carrier. Meanwhile, the Queens are just setting up another avenue of attack, dealing with these rocks. Rocks are being focused down. Creep continuing to be spread. Upgrades on the way. +2 air attack will definitely help out these Corruptors and definitely boost up their DPS.
Yeah, a lot more than the upgrades of the Protoss for the time being. 3 robot facilities have been thrown down.
Ooh. Interesting.
But I feel like this is another... Yeah, this may be another case of Bistork thinking a little too far ahead as MysteryMan is looking to engage the army. His Ravagers are on the front lines, his Queens are ready to transfuse, and the Corruptors just waiting for the Skytoss to expose themselves.
Yeah, definitely. The Corruptors, they are diving on in. I believe Prismatic Alignment was already used earlier. The Biles are landing on some of the sack defense. There we go. There is the Prismatic Alignment.
And these Corruptors just cannot engage when there's that much Prismatic Alignment. The ground army has, for the most part, been dealt with. All of the Queens have been taken out, aside from 2 of them.
Exactly. And for now, Bistork, he has held beautifully here, and he's going to be switching into his tech a little bit, right? With all those robos, he's getting a couple of Archons as well with these High Templar.
Yeah, working on his ground weapons. For the time being, this can absolutely bamboozle a MysteryMan who has been focusing majority on Corruptors.
Yeah, and this is a problem. We're getting, by now, up until this point, it's been fine. But MysteryMan, he's tunnel visioning a little bit too much. Where's the Infestation Pit? Where is the Hive? So we can get Vipers out. Like, there, it's being turned out. Yeah, now he realizes, but mate, it's a little bit too late.
Really is. More and more Corruptors get lower and lower.
Yeah, exactly. Bistork has to be careful not to overextend, right, and attack outside of range of all this stack defense.
But even outside of range, there are enough Void Rays still standing, well, floating, I guess, in the air.
Oh god, that they are. They forced MysteryMan back. Again, another good trade from Bistork. Now he's free to expand and attempt to take another base. Oh, there we go. As soon as the Infestation Pit is done, Hive is on the way. Like, MysteryMan, he realizes like where his faults are. He's trying to make up for it, trying to get up into that Hive tech, but he needs time to do so. And unfortunately, because he's going to be waiting for that, he's also giving Bistork time to refine his army.
Really is, as Bistork just pads it out. Charges being researched, almost completed, to really just deal with anything underground. The Corruptors are not going to have a good time fighting against Archons and Chargelets, I can tell you that.
Exactly. Meanwhile, we did see a lot of creep being cleared there, but now as a result, all the carriers go down.
Yeah, exporting themselves for a little bit too much. Cosmetic alignment working overtime. The shield battery and the battery overcharge is actually working on keeping cannons alive. The Void Rays uber vulnerable. A lot of them do get cleared out, but now I'm worried about the ground army for MysteryMan.
Yeah, that I am. The disruptors are finally coming into play, but they're not finding their connections that they need to. Bistork barely holds on, but what's devastating about what just happened is that Bistork, his carrier count was reset, his Void Ray count was reset. Like, his army is just, it's barely an army.
It's almost a bit of a Goldilocks situation right now for Bistork. Doesn't quite have enough on the air, doesn't quite have enough on the ground. He needs to dedicate his resources in one direction right now. Because going both ways is giving him a very inefficient army. Yeah, he just keeps getting caught out like this. Like, once again, he's pushing deep into creep. And, like, he's just inviting MysteryMan to, like, pounce upon this army. Like, I don't know about this, like,
man.
No!
Oh, God.
Gorgeous the Rabbit just looking at a concave. Baits out a couple of Purification Novas. And Bistork is even more vulnerable. The Corruptors are taking out the Warp Prisms. Decent Nova. But that was just about it. The Disruptors are going to go down. Oh god, that they are. If MysteryMan fights.
Thankfully, the Corruptor count got thinned out. The Archons came in, and once again, oh my god, the Biles connect. But MysteryMan Bistork had just barely had enough to hold on.
All comes down to them Void Rays, just not enough to threaten them from the air or the ground just yet. MysteryMan is starting to remax though. Look at that supply difference.
Yeah.
Ay.
Exactly. A lot of those Corruptors are on the way. They're really going to help deal with those Void Rays. Meanwhile, Bistork is going for a Zealot run by finally for the first time this game, and this will buy him a bit of time here. Forces MysteryMan to react.
That he does. So it keeps MysteryMan away from the bases. Bistork starting to saturate that fifth Purification Nova. Gets a couple of units. But enough time has passed that the Hive is finished up for MysteryMan. He is getting +3 flyer and range. And cracklings as well, just to get himself some run bys.
Why the hell not, man? Just get all the upgrades you need. Unfortunately, he maxed out, which means he doesn't have enough supply to make Vipers, so he doesn't have any spellcasters with his army, but I'm sure he's just waiting to trade his army and then remax. Again, I just mentioned it, like, his economy for the most part has been left untouched. Like, Bistork hasn't done anything to his fringe bases.
Vipers! That was the missing link in MysteryMan's army.
Damn it, Yaku. Meanwhile, finally we have a Zealot run by here. At the same time, the main armies are clashing. MysteryMan was able to take out a lot of the stack defense here at the freshest base.
But no actual economic damage as MysteryMan looks like he's about to lose a base. Purification Nova, I actually can't tell that. I think the Disruptor got sniped.
I think so as well. Meanwhile, the Zealots actually cleaned up all the drones here at the northern base, and they will get the hatchery.
Yeah, one of the freshest base right now for MysteryMan. Cannot afford these losses as he mines out his main and natural.
Yeah, and I'm worried because I don't know if you just noticed, MysteryMan just made 18 roaches. Maxed out again.
And 0 Vipers,
he's 0, like, you know what? Bistork, he bought enough time, he expanded, he's maxed out now. Like, his army is very comparable to that of MysteryMan's, if not greater.
Yeah, I would definitely argue that it is greater with the amount of Archons under the Sky Toss. The only way I see MysteryMan taking an engagement is if Bistork isolates a few too many of his units, but that is not looking likely. He is keeping them as tight and compact together as possible. Maybe some opportunities for MysteryMan to go for run buys, but at this point, it's not quite going to be enough. Ooh, good snipe.
Yeah, gets a Disruptor for free, and here we go. Vipers are finally coming out. Only 2 though, and again, it's very late. Like earlier, there was an opportunity where Bistork was far behind in army supply, and MysteryMan may have closed it out. But now, like, oh my god, he's struggling so much. The Death Ball is here.
It really is. The major Death Ball and the mini Death Balls that are Purification Novas. The Archons are starting to get dealt with, but the Void Rays have nothing to fear in the skies anymore. The Corruptors are going down to the bottom of the sea. And the Vipers, they do come out, but they have no energy left on them.
Exactly. One of the Vipers got sniped immediately. The second one gets pushed away. The Vipers were too little, too late. And MysteryMan's response to this is remaxing on Roaches. Aye, mate. Roaches, they don't shoot up.
And neither do Vipers. Maybe a couple of minutes ago, one good Parasitic Bomb could have turned the tides, but it is too little too late. Bistork fights back, puts a point on the board here in his final qualifying, both of these players' final qualifying opportunity.
GG. And what I will say is that Bistork didn't have an easy time winning that game. Like,
he did not.
There were a lot of moments there where MysteryMan was the one in control, but again, just tunnel visioning a little bit too much there. He needed a moment to take a step back, look at things at a more macro level, and be like, okay, like Hive, Vipers, Spellcasters, you know, he needed to refine his own army a little bit and then go for the kill, but yeah, unfortunately that didn't quite happen. And meanwhile, Bistork was just tenacious, so tenacious, despite like taking so many bad trades. Like he just stuck it out, mate.
He did. And I suppose it is fitting we found out what the 4th map was at the start of the series.
True.
Wouldn't have made sense if we didn't get to it.
It wouldn't have. It is going to be, of course, 2,000 atmospheres. That will be map number 4. And is this the beginning of a comeback? Because 2,000 atmospheres is not a bad map for Skytoss.
It really isn't. It's only bad for Skytoss if he goes for 2 base Tempest.
I was about to bring that on. I was like, are you gonna say, is he gonna get 2 base Tempest again? It's like that's the 2,000 atmospheres map, mate. That's what it has become.
Yeah.
Good.
Alright, looks like MysteryMan asking for another quick minute after a game like that. I cannot blame him.
Yep, just remaking. Unfortunately, another party bug, but it looks like what we have to do is cancel, remake it, and we are getting into said lobby.
That we are. Gojo in the chat like, yes! Bistork's fighting back!
Craigasms in the chat, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
They all get thrown down.
Meanwhile, I guess I may as well refresh and see if we have a couple of updates here. It looks like we do. Oh, well done. Mate, I was not expecting this. Lemon 3-0'd Yogur.
Terran confirmed Imba.
Wow, I was not. Maybe I put too much stock into Yogur, but like again, Yogur is a very impressive player, right? Like he's one of the best Zergs in Taiwan. Period. He plays in the ESL Open Cups as well, and wow,
definitely one of the most consistent number 2s behind Rex for the longest time here. And Lemon, let's not forget, he only very recently became a full-time Terran player.
True. Jesus Christ, I
picked up the Trickster trade a little bit here, and he was able to completely decimate Yogur 3-0. He will be the 3rd player qualifying for the main event.
Wow, wow. Oh God, and with that does mean that this is the final series of the qualifier.
That it will be. Everything hinges on these 2 players. Are we going to get more Protoss in the main event, or are we going to get more Zerg? As we continue our series on 2,000 atmospheres, LE, in the top right-hand corner map, swinging all the way in the top right-hand corner. The pink Protoss player coming out from Hong Kong, stroking his beef, representing himself in Zest. He is Bistork.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres LE, we have the Taiwanese Zerg player. He's blue, and he's still up 2-1 in this best of 5 series. He still needs un momento, por favor, to move on to that group stage. It is MysteryMan.
Given up on ever getting a natural pace.
Man, that's the life of a Zerg, all right? You don't understand. You don't know how good.
What do you mean you can't just float your hatchery?
Yeah. I was about to say, you don't know the feels, mate, of just not having a natural as a natural. Just, mein Gott.
Oh, imagine if hatcheries could burrow and move.
If they could uproot, right? Like spines, like spores, or like the quote-unquote hatcheries of Night Elves in Warcraft 3. And just lift them up.
Nah, they should be able to burrow and move.
What's wrong with you, man?
Sprout at a different location.
What is wrong with your life, man?
For Protoss players, they
should blink.
Probes should be able to just keep and that's a better idea. They should be able to blink. I was gonna say probes should be able to like keep the data of a building in themselves as RAM or something, and then copy paste it elsewhere, or not copy paste it, cut and paste. Probes should be able to cut and paste buildings in different locations, as long as there are pilots and whatnot.
What is this explanation? You're like, oh, blink, that makes sense. I was gonna say probes should retain information in their RAM and cut and copy and paste, like
cut and paste buildings. Yeah. They should be able to cut and paste buildings, but one probe can only carry one building in them.
What is
It's basically like loading up a warp prism, but with buildings.
What's wrong with you?
It's 10 p.m.
Oh my god. Tis getting quite late, but you know, we have one, maybe two more games ahead of us remaining. And we may be in for a longer one, because again, Bistork, I feel like he has finally settled down. He's like, you know what, I tried to be cheeky, but you know, my hubris was tested, and it's on Bistork, right? Game 1 and game 2. Now, Sky, toss it up, buddy. Let's go.
Yep, as we were saying before we loaded in, there was ever a map to do this. 2,000 atmospheres is the one.
Well, Romanticide would have been the one, but this is like the two, you know.
And it kind of was the one.
It was the one.
Look, Romanticide was the one with Jet Li.
And
2,000 atmospheres is the one without Jet Li.
I can hear in your brain like the little Yaku inside, like scraping the bottom of the barrel,
like, running on the wheel.
It's not running anymore. That's the problem. It's not running. He's dead, mate. He's dead. He's just on the wheel,
falling off the wheel.
Oh no! Not like this, mate. Not like this. And mate, we're wrong, by the way. He's going for a robo. Mein Gott.
Oh
my.
I mean, he can still go for Skytoss beyond this. It could just be a robo to keep him safe in his transition. You know, get a robo bay out, get some disruptors, but he has a choice, a fork in the road. He has a decision to make.
Does he pick the fork, or does he pick the spoon?
Oh, there's a dish run away.
I see you've played Knifey Spoony before, mate. Oh god, F's in the chat.
I'm surprised that was never brought up in any Oceania.
Right,
Well,
we should. We totally should. What the hell? We gotta bring it back, mate. Anyway, so that fast robo, it is for that robotics mate. He is looking to go for much faster disruptors this game, which makes a lot of sense. We have seen this heavy Roach Queen play from MysteryMan throughout this series, and as you were saying, he is still committed to going into Skytoss.
Indeed he is.
Again, just another way to get there.
Yeah, bit of a safer way. Will delay the tech a little bit, but the important thing is you're alive. Especially as your Zerg opponent goes for a Queen March like this.
Oh yeah, the Queens, the Roaches, the Lings, they are marching, they are going to be waddling across the map, dealing with these rooks. MysteryMan, he has had enough. He has done droning. He's making nothing but units right now. And what does Bistork have to defend? He's throwing down as many shield batteries as he can. He did tag the army earlier. Some stasis wards would be nice as well. The first disruptor is on the way, but it's not out yet.
It will still take a while. Thankfully, there isn't enough creep in this position for MysteryMan yet. So Bistork does have a little bit of time to get everything in position. His static defenses are finishing up. But it's still a pretty terrifying army. Pretty terrifying Zerg army.
It is, but you know what? The first disruptor is out. How good is the shot going to be? Obviously, we know that it takes more than one shot to take out a Queen. Ooh.
Transfuse is completely on point here. Bistork unable to really clean up the Biles are looking to land on top of this Immortal. It doesn't matter that the battery overcharge was popped. It was trapped, completely surrounded by the Lings for long enough for the instant damage on the Biles to land. Disruptor coming in once again. Clears out a bunch of Ravages, but the Queens are still threatening everything.
Oh my god, oh my god.
Might be able to hold here, though.
Yeah,
another Purification Nova.
Made the Purification Novas. They are the MVPs. The third base is still going to go down, but that is it. MysteryMan does not have enough to push up the ramp into the natural.
That he does not. Loses a lot in the assault as well. A lot of Ravagers will be able to take out the third base, which is the important part. Bistork right now scrambling to get a replacement up. As MysteryMan techs up behind this, wait. Very good split right at the end there for MysteryMan. I thought the Hydra then finished up for MysteryMan, but no, he decides to cancel it and go for something very, very different as Bistork catches up.
Yeah, I mean, I respect that, especially because we do have disruptors on the ground, so it may not be the best idea to go for those Hydras. Meanwhile, Bistork just cleans up house here. The disruptor shots were amazing, taking out all those Roaches and all the Ravagers that he could. And as you were saying, Spire is thrown down. MysteryMan looking to potentially sneak into them. Cheeky Mutas will go straight into those Corruptors. Regardless, Bistork is held, and he is looking to retake a third.
Yeah, very important for MysteryMan to have scouted this. He knows what his next target is gonna be. But it very much hinges on what you were saying earlier. Does MysteryMan just build up his Corruptor forces right now? He knows that Bistork is dedicated to Skytoss, or does he sneak out a couple of Mutalists, try to get them into a mineral line here and there, cheeky mineral line, and potentially force Bistork into a bit of an early, not quite all in, but early push to counter. A bit of an early counter attack. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready and waiting, and there we go. We have our answer. 12 Mutas are on the way. Bit of a cheeky Muta switch here. Going to be diving straight into a mineral line, and you know what? Bistork, he does not suspect this whatsoever. He does have plenty of static defense at this third, but that's just per chance, right? Because this is the place that he wants to defend with his main army. The main and the natural are so exposed right now. Meanwhile, the Oracle dives in. Oh, the Oracle dives in! Oh my god!
One of the most important scouts again right now is Bistork. The Mutalists are exposed. And Bistork is setting up his defenses. His main base still looks a little vulnerable.
There we go, there we go. Cannons and shield batteries thrown down all over the place, but they're not done yet. They were just thrown down. Meanwhile, the Mutas are on their way. The Voideries are trying to respond.
Trying, but not quite getting it yet. Oh! They do commit to the fight, and it looks like Bistork has a bit of an upper hand. The glaives from the Mutalists did help out a little bit, but in the end, there were just one too many Void Rays. MysteryMan has to regroup and come up with another Another assault.
I'm trying to figure out if that was worth it or not there. I mean, 8 mutas went down for 3 Void Rays. I don't know about that one, buddy. Oh, meanwhile, there was a bit of a cancel there for Bistork's 4th base. MysteryMan still does have a worker lead, but again, a lot of that supply are still in these Roaches.
Yeah, very inefficient for MysteryMan for the time being.
Meanwhile, the Corruptors are coming out. They are on their way. Can they deal with this army? I mean, 3 of the Void Rays were shaved off, sure, but there's still plenty more Void Rays where that came from. Like, I don't know, mate. It's gonna be difficult.
Well, yeah, the Corruptor count is getting higher and higher, though, and there are a couple of Queens to transfuse if need be. This is really important, though, for MysteryMan. He isn't tunnel visioning. He is getting his infestation pit. It's about to finish up.
Mate.
Hive, gotta follow that up. Vipers will be in the fight.
Look at that. Look, 11-minute Hive. Like, you know, it's not bad. It's not bad at all, right? That's fine.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So with that, he should be getting those Vipers out. He should not be wasting too much of his resources early on. Sure, Bistork has time to get a 4th upgrade running, and that is a bit of a shame, but that's okay because MysteryMan, he is setting up for the follow-up attack.
Exactly. Doesn't matter who has a better economy now. All that matters is, well, I guess it will come into play if they trade evenly, but what I'm saying is Bistork needs a much, much better economy compared to MysteryMan, who just needs a very good engagement and to follow up the momentum.
Exactly. We got options here. It all depends on how many Vipers MysteryMan gets. Of course, you would love to yoink some of these or all of these carriers. You'd love to get some parasitic bombs on the Void Rays as well. More importantly, babysit. Make sure the Vipers actually get to use their spells. You have to be so careful. Bistork is going to be looking to focus down those Vipers before that happens.
That he will. Which I really appreciate that MysteryMan is actually getting quite a number of Banelings out right now. Along with
I love it. Yeah.
Along with centrifugal hooks. If there are any High Templar on the ground that are a little bit too exposed, they will be taken out and will be unable to land their feedbacks on the Vipers.
That they will. Meanwhile, one carrier does go down at the cost of a handful of Corruptors. Not the best trade, but at least he got the carrier. At the same time, what I love about these Banelings is that they can run on forward, they can connect with a lot of the stack defense and weaken this position for a follow-up attack. Oh, there's
got a lot of options with these Banelings. Something very exposed. MysteryMan, he wants to connect with probes, and he does. 11 of them get taken out. A lot of static defense gets taken out as well. MysteryMan, that is the base he wants to fight at when he pushes out. Exactly.
The majority of the cannons and shield batteries were taken out. Vipers are on the way. I believe there are a couple. Yes, there are 2 Vipers already. A 3rd is coming out, so he's going to have plenty of energy to work with, plenty of energy to utilize here in the follow-up fights. Meanwhile, just quickly checking, there are some High Templar. Thankfully, for MysteryMan, they're being morphed into Archons, so there are no High Templar for feedbacks.
Yeah, funnily enough. Without Vipers, Archons are scarier. With Vipers, High Templar are scarier.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things where I don't blame Bistork in the last game. It took a long time for the Vipers to come out, so Bistork didn't have to worry about High Templar. Now, oh my god, he's okay, trying to catch some of these Corruptors.
He's able to get the Queen, so these Vipers is looking very exposed, and it will get taken out basically for free. Where are the other Vipers?
Oh god,
Fight's happening. The fight's happening.
Exactly, the fight's happening. The Vipers are not here. The carrier does go down, but oh god, a lot of Corruptors fell in the process. But guys, they're just chilling. they're not hockeyed with the army because they were stuck on some buildings.
One of the few times where you actually want all army hockey.
Oh boy. I mean, I don't blame you because obviously, like, you don't want them as a part of the army because otherwise it's going to stop them when it comes to their I guess, sucking on the bill. What's the term?
Yeah, it'll cancel the not absorption, the consumption. There we go.
Consumption. That's it. There you go. Oh god. Meanwhile, here we go. The Viper is ready and waiting. Another yoink.
Oh.
Another carrier. Another yoink. Another carrier. Carrier. Void Ray.
MysteryMan is just playing fishing right now. Yeah, I have a Void Rays. They're like mini carriers if you think about it.
Yeah, kind of. Not really, but sure. Yeah. Meanwhile, 3 feet.
Prismatic alignment is basically Graviton Catapult. taken out.
Ooh.
At least one of them will. There are so many Archons on the ground right now that MysteryMan has to be super, super careful with how he engages. He is starting to get Ultralist though, and with Kindness Plating, they can jump in there and really mess up the ground army. Good use of the Parasitic Bomb.
Oh my god, and the
recall only gets half the army.
Yeah, and the Purification Nova was wasted on the Ultras. Like, it kind of tickled the Ultras, if anything, and now the main army keeps on pushing forward. There we go. Another Disruptor Shot misses.
Completely whiffed. These High Templar are forced to turn to Archons if they want to survive. MysteryMan is maxed out. Bistork is struggling to remax.
That he is, and the Roaches, the Lings, and the Ultras are just plowing on forward. The Void Rays are holding strong, but there are barely any Void Rays remaining.
Yeah, enough to deal with the Corruptus at the very least, and once they're taken out, they can really start putting the hurt on top of these Ultras. Ooh, good charge. Floats away, no.
Oh god. In the end, Bistork will hold 4 now. Meanwhile, MysteryMan is remaxing his army. What is he going for exactly here? I don't believe he has any Vipers remaining. Quickly looking at the units lost, or units tab, I should say. There we go. Yeah, the 3 Vipers are being remade. Unfortunately, he only has 1 Ultra remaining. Something that I personally would have enjoyed far more than Ultras would have been a Greater Spire. Like, transitioning from these Corruptors into Broodlords, like, Broodlords are a much better answer to all these Archons.
Yeah, it really roots them in position. They cannot get on top of your Corruptors if they're being pinned back by Brootlings. Sure, Lings can try to get surrounds, but it's not quite the same. Once Lings die, they're gone. Once Brootlings die, you just get more from the Brute Lords.
Exactly. Meanwhile, mate, it's like MysteryMan. He can hear the future 2 minutes into the future because Greater Spire is thrown down.
Ooh, well, I guess that's his major mystery. He is actually from the future.
Oh, there you go, mate. There you go. Oh my god.
Knows how events play out.
Meanwhile, the Lings actually get into the middle line. This Nexus is so close to going down. At the same time, the Corruptors catch more of the Void Rays. Yeah,
the army a little bit split right now for our pick Protoss players. Some of the Archons, and we're looking mighty exposed, but not exposed enough. MysteryMan trying to fight these Zealots as they warp in. Doesn't quite get the Nexus yet, but now there's an opportunity. He's targeting it down, and it will go down.
Wow, the Nexus does fall in the end. Bistork really struggling to just survive at the moment, especially because, again, we've been here before. Oh, the Void Rays that were left on the road, they do get taken out, they cannot escape.
Not from the yoinks.
Oh my god.
Greater Spire has finished up now. And 7 Brute Lords are in production, as are many, many Banelings.
Beautiful, mate. That's exactly what MysteryMan needs. And what I was saying was that just like in the previous game, it took a long time on Romanticide, if you recall, for Bistork to start harassing. MysteryMan, mate, his bases have been left alone this entire time. He's just been expanding, he's been droning up, he's been just freely mining from all these hatcheries. And as a result, he can just keep making more and more armies. Bistork, he's just stuck at home defending for the entire game.
Yeah, he's now maxed out. He does want to build up a little bit of a larger bank, but we're getting very, very close to a point where he can just trade bodies however he wants, however efficiently or inefficiently, and he will still be able to reproduce those units.
Exactly, and just like this, MysteryMan splits up his army. He hits 2 bases at the same time. The base on the left does go down. The base on the right, 24 probes fall.
30 workers versus 75.
Yeah, Bistork, mate.
It's a bit of a discrepancy.
At this point, he's forced all in. He's sending it across the map. He does have a lot of Archons, to be fair, to give him credits. And potentially he can take out a couple of these hatcheries, but can he end the game?
That's definitely going to be the question. There's no easy answer against the Archons right now for MysteryMan, but honestly, these Brute Lords can definitely pin them to a corner and just exploit the short range of the Archons as much as possible.
Mate, he has 7 Brood Lords and 8 more just finished up. This is insane. He has so many.
Don't tell me.
7.
15 Brood Lords. I didn't check. Let me check to see if I'm right. Yep, I was.
Oh my god. There you go. And there is no answer to these Brood Lords. You could argue maybe if the Void Rays win the battle in the sky, they can take out the Brood Lords, but oh my god, these Vipers have something to say about that.
Yeah, the Parasitic Bomb is really putting a hurt on these Void Rays as the as the Corruptors just clean up. The Archons cannot get on top of anything in the sky because they're being chased back by the Brootlings. This has got to be it.
Exactly. This is the final nail in the coffin. MysteryMan has played this out beautifully here, taking out from Ultras to Broodlords, from counterattacking and just keeping Bistork pinned back. He takes out the army, and there is nothing left.
12 versus 111. It was a hard-fought match overall for Bistork. He will definitely impress all of us making it to both of these qualifying matches. But in the end, MysteryMan is going to take that seat into the main event. GG is called.
GG, well played. As you said, in the end, MysteryMan does come out on top. He takes down the favorites last season. Bistork was the one who made it to the group stage, but this time, it's a mystery.
Man. Just let the admins know the result.
Look at him, mate.
Beautiful.
Yaku's growing. He's learning. Look at him go. I love it. Oh god, but yes, as you can,
hat.
It's the hat. it's the lack of brain, mate. That's oh god. But yeah, GG, well played. Congratulations, MysteryMan, coming out on top here, joining his fellow Zerg player and representing Taiwan here in the DreamHack group stage for Taiwan Hong Kong.
That he does. The final player qualifying tonight for the Taiwan Hong Kong main event. And those are going to be all of your players. Thankfully, at least one Terran player was able to advance.
Yes, thankfully one did advance there. That was to be expected.
Oh wait,
I
forgot about Lemon. Yeah, two Terran players advanced.
God damn it.
Keep thinking of Lemon as a Zerg player still.
Oh god, we'll get used.
Some time to get used to.
Yeah, we'll get used to it. We'll get used to it. But you know, we did have our 2 Terrans, we did have our 2 Zergs, no Protoss through the closed qualifier. But that's because, mate, all the best Protoss, they're already ready and waiting, mate.
Yeah, they're waiting at the main event. Next week, as they play out their group stage matches and then eventually go into the playoffs as well. Oh man, I have to wonder how that plays out.
Yeah, I have to wonder as well. I cannot wait. Again, shout out to MysteryMan for having having a great showing here in the closed qualifier, and for again making it to the playoffs so he can prove himself against the best in his region. Meanwhile, my condolences to Bistork. Like, we're big fans of him. Like, I could see Gurga Joy a little bit sad in the chat as well. Apple thumps, right?
Yeah.
Like, especially because, again, this region, it's Taiwan and Hong Kong, and because of how these series played out, there is only one player from Hong Kong who is representing in that group stage.
There is. Everybody else is a Taiwanese player, so Gogo Joey has the hardest power of Bistork.
Yeah.
To say all of the Hong Kong players. No, there were also a couple of other ones who signed up for the open qualifiers, but yeah. He is the Seoul representative. Not the representative from Seoul. And he's not representing Seoul either. He's a Terran player, but I mean, you know.
There you go. There you go. Also, we're being reminded that MysteryMan has made it to the group stage before. Our mistake. Our mistake. I'll be honest, mate. I'm on the verge of collapsing.
It's been 6 hours.
Yeah.
It's over 6 hours, I think. It's the start.
Exactly. It's been around 7. But yeah. I mean, what a great tournament today. A bit of a shorter broadcast, you know, only 3.5 hours, Kappa. But thank you so much, Yaku, for joining me for this long afternoon of StarCraft. Like, I just want food. Oh god. But yeah, thank you so much. By the way, okay, Joey, just with some more information. But Yaku, why don't you tell the people more about yourself? Who are you, mate? Where are you from? Where can people find
Who am I?
more of you?
Who am I from?
Who am I from?
But we'll wait.
Oh god.
twitch.tv/Yakuzaku1. You will definitely not find me streaming there in the coming weeks. Twitter.com@Emporoyakuzaku. ! Discord in the chat will bring you to the Cranky Ducklings Discord server. That's where you'll find me. It's the only place I'll be.
Exactly, that's where you keep him locked up. Feels bad, man. But you can find me at light_VIP on Twitch and Twitter as well. I do usually stream throughout the week, but not this week because we are so busy with DreamHack. It's a very intense couple of weeks for us. We just finished casting all of the group stage, all of the open qualifier matches, all the open qualifier from all the regions. Next up are the closed qualifiers. We just finished up Taiwan, Hong Kong. Next up is NA in just under 8 hours. In 7.5 hours, we will be live once again with the NA Open Qualifier. That will be tomorrow, as I said, in 7.5 hours. And tomorrow as well will be the Oceania closed qualifier as well as the China closed qualifier. So just like today, we are going to have 3 broadcasts. So if you enjoyed our cast, consider hitting that follow button. We have a lot of StarCraft here on this channel. On top of all of that, we're going to be covering the B stream for the main event for Oceania, Taiwan, Hong Kong, China, Latin America, North America, and Europe. So we're going to be on ESL_SE2B for that, not on this channel, on the B stream for ESL. But yeah, we've been lucky enough to, we've been doing the B stream for a year now when it comes to Oceania and Taiwan, Hong Kong and stuff like that. ESL Global has reached out and they're also requesting us to do some of the B streams for Europe and NA. Not all of them, but a couple of days. So we have, of course, accepted. And we're also going to be taking that on as well. So plenty of StarCraft here from the Cranky Ducklings. And with that, yeah,
Latin America this season too.
Latin America, let's go, Latin. But yeah, do you have anything else you wanna add before we head off, mate?
Mate, I'm just thinking of my deadlines.
Oh. Give Yaku your energy. He is gonna be working on his script, I imagine, unless it's done, and his school assignments. So good luck, Yaku. Good luck with that. And with that, we are done for the day. Thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this broadcast, consider following. If you want to support us even further, you can subscribe to the Twitch channel with Twitch Prime or normally. We also have a Patreon as well. All of the money we make with that, it does go towards the tournaments that we run, as well as the players on our team. As we do have our pro team, you can see our jerseys and even yeah.
You can see the back on Light's screen and the front on mine. Not all of them say Light_VIP.
It's true. They don't all say that. But yes, we do have our pro players in Oceania and Latin America, so we do support them as best we can when it comes to how what they can compete in and practice and all that stuff. So yeah, we have our pro team as well. Shout out to Eric, by the way, came second in Latin America last season.
And thus secures himself a seed for the main event this season.
Yeah, doing us proud, mate. Doing us proud. But with that, thank you everyone for watching. Again, you can follow us on Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Discord. We have our YouTube channel as well, where we upload all of our VODs, Cranky Ducklings all over the place. And with that, we will see you guys.
We'll get that Sardic Ender game soon, TM.
We will. I did link it earlier in the chat if you want it before anyone else can see it. Otherwise, you can just check out the Twitch VOD. But with that, we are done for now, and we will see you guys in 7.5 hours.
Don't nap too long.
Ciao.
Bella.